You ever have one of those moments that split your life into before and after? Yeah, well, the day my daughter saved a dog from 30 stories up, and the world learned what she could hat was ours. Let me back up a sec, because you're not going to believe where this starts. It was just another morning since slanting through our kitchen, coffee brewing, me groggy from the night shift at the hospital, my husband Tom halfway through his crossword. Our 5-year-old, Mia, perched at the table with her cereal, looking so small and ordinary you'd never guess what was about to happen. Out of nowhere, she stops, spoon halfway to her mouth, her whole body alert. "Mommy, there's a dog about to fall." Now, you gotta understand, this isn't the first time Mia's come out with something strange. Last month it was a bird with a broken wing. The month before she somehow knew Mrs. Wilson down the hall had fallen even before the ambulance came. So when Mia pointed across the street at the big glass and steel monster of a skyscraper, insisting a dog was hanging from one of the window washing platforms, I did what any tired mom would do, brushed her off. "That building is half a mile away. Honey, you can't see a dog from here." But she wouldn't let it go. "He's there, Mom. He's scared." And the look in her eyes, you know what I mean? It just wouldn't let me ignore her. Tom got the binoculars, and when he looked, his face changed. "Emma, you need to see this." Sure enough, 30 stories up, a German Shepherd, big, beautiful, shaking, angling by one paw, barely hanging on. I called 911 so fast, I nearly dropped the phone. Within minutes, we were racing across the street, Mia tugging at my hand like our lives depended on it. Cops, fire trucks, half the city showing up, news vans, the whole circus. And right at the center, a crowd had formed, everyone craning their necks, helpless. That's when this old man in a hospital gown, Walter, starts sobbing. "That's my dog. That's my Max." Except Mia, standing at his side, says softly, "He's not Max. He's Thunder. He says he was looking for you when he got stuck." Walter's face goes pale. That's what my wife used to call him. And for a moment, you could feel the whole crowd freeze, like everyone realized at once there was more to this little girl than met the eye. But things went from tense to terrifying fast. The platform was damaged, hanging by a single cable. Chief Davis, the fire chief, said they couldn't risk anyone's life by going out there. The building manager started talking about liability, which just about made me want to throw something. Meanwhile, Thunder was slipping, scrabbling, losing ground with every passing second. Now, Mia wasn't just watching, she was listening, eyes closed, as if she could hear something nobody else could. Suddenly she says, "He's telling me there's a door behind a plant on the 30th floor and a key taped under the flower pot." The building manager stares at her like she sprouted a second head, then admits there is such a door, but it's locked and only the maintenance crew has a key. Before we could react, Mia breaks free and bolts into the building. My heart nearly stopped, me baby, running toward danger like she was born for it. Security tried to catch her, but she was quick and determined. By the time we reached the 30th floor, she'd already found the service door, the magnetic key hidden just where Thunder said it'd be. She slipped into the narrow maintenance hallway, guided by what? Instinct? Or something else? Down below, the crowd gasped as a little face appeared at the window, right across from Thunder, the wind whipping her hair, her face focused and calm. I was shaking so bad I could barely stand. Tom had his arm around me, both of us screaming up at her, knowing we couldn't reach her in time. Mia opened that window, a space barely big enough for a kid, and called to Thunder, talking to him in a way that made even the news reporter lose her cool. "You can do it, Thunder. Your person needs you. Be brave." You could feel the tension all the way down on the sidewalk. The platform groaned, the cable fraying, and then just as it finally snapped, Thunder launched himself across the gap, leaping for the ledge. Mia grabbed his scruff, held on for dear life, the two of them teetering above 30 stories of nothing but air. The crowd below surged together, spreading jackets, tablecloths, anything they could grab, as Thunder slipped from Mia's hands and fell. And you know what? The crowd caught him. That big dog landed in their makeshift net, alive, barely a scratch. The city erupted, people hugging, strangers crying, the kind of moment you never forget. Meanwhile, firefighters burst into the maintenance room, just in time to grab Mia and pull her back through the window before she lost her own grip. That's how the whole world found out about Mia, the 5-year-old who could talk to animals, who risked her life for a dog. Overnight, our quiet family life vanished. News stories, scientists calling, skeptics arguing, believers showing up at our door with pets that just wanted a word with Mia. Even the school principal wanted to know if Mia could explain why the class hamster was so moody. For a while, we tried to keep things normal. We moved to a quieter neighborhood, hoping the attention would fade. But Mia, she never stopped helping. One rainy afternoon, during an open house, she wandered off, following the voice of a lost mother dog hiding from the storm with her newborn puppies under an old oak. Found them, saved them, reunited them with their owner, all because she listened to what the animals told her. As Mia grew, so did her gift. At school, she calmed anxious pets. At home, she helped lost or injured animals. The local vet called her for advice. The neighbors, well, they stopped whispering about her and started bringing their own animals over, hoping for a little miracle. Mia took it all in stride, never boasting, just quietly doing what she felt she had to do. Then one autumn, we got a call that Walter Thunder's owner was in the hospital, his heart failing, asking for Mia. When we arrived, Thunder was already there, waiting by his side. Walter, frail and tired, asked Mia to find Thunder a new home. Mia nodded, saying Thunder wanted to help others, to be a therapy dog for people who were sick or lonely. Walter wept, gave Mia his late wife's braceletted chain of tiny animal charms, the symbol of their shared gift, and thanked her for everything. When Walter passed, Thunder moved on to his new role at the Veterans Hospital, helping people heal. But the connection didn't end there. Mia's bond with Thunder, Walter, even Walter's wife Carolyn deepened. Sometimes she'd wake from dreams and tell us what they'd said. Sometimes the animals would just know things like where someone was hurting, or when a storm was coming before a cloud showed in the sky. Years passed. The headlines faded, but the work never stopped. Our backyard became a sanctuary for wounded creatures. Mia helped build an animal therapy program that changed lives, both human and animal. Thunder, old and wise, became a legend in his own right. When his time finally came, he chose to go surrounded by his friends, veterans, other animals, and of course, Mia. His passing brought grief, but also a strange peace, a sense that the story wasn't ending, just shifting into a new chapter. And that's the real twist. It was never just about one miracle on a skyscraper. It was about building bridges between animals and people, between the living and the lost, between all those worlds most folks never see or feel. Mia wasn't just an animal whisperer. She was proof that some gifts connect us to something much bigger, a web of life, empathy, and maybe even love that doesn't stop at death. So, here's my question for you, You, sitting there with your morning coffee or your phone in your hand, do you believe there are people who walk between worlds, who can hear the voices most of us miss? Have you ever witnessed a bond between a child and an animal that you just couldn't explain? Because if you have, you know what I mean. Life's ordinary until the moment it isn't. And when that moment comes, it changes everything. If Mia's story touched you, go ahead and share it. Drop your own story in the comments, and let's talk about what's real, what's possible, and where we draw the line between miracle and everyday magic. Because sometimes, the smallest voices are the ones that save us all.